You weren't even recording. Oh my god, you guys.
Throughout this video, I was mispronouncing the deck's name. It is the Hirajeta Tarot. So if you hear some weird voiceovers, that's because I'm correcting myself to rectify the problem.
What's up? It's your girl, Naya here from the Metaphysical Mommy. And I'm back for another deck review or deck unboxing and first impressions. So I just finished opening everything. And it wasn't recording. Technology. Okay, anyways. So I got the package for the
Hirajeta Tarot.
okay, so it came in, of course it wasn't torn like this, but it came in a yellow envelope. And inside the envelope was the deck inside this kind of brown like paper bag type of material. But this is original artwork by Danny, and the deck is named after his last name,
The Hirajeta Tarot.
Super excited about having original artwork, so I was being really careful to not like tear it open like a monster like I usually do. Okay. But that is like really cool. So it's kind of cool because you know that he kind of like took the time to draw. Like I can see, you know, where the ink kind of bled over the sides when he was doing the edges there and stuff like that. Like I love supporting indie artists and independent small businesses. It just means so much to me. Like it's really important to me to support them. So what I was saying before I really realized that I wasn't recording, all the magic was in those moments too. Anyways, so the way that I found this deck is I was browsing. I'm trying to be more selective about the decks that I pick up now. Yeah, I am. I'm trying to pare my collection down and pick up ones that I'm really drawn to. But anyways, I was browsing around like I usually do, and I bumped into the QTPOC page on Azalea Earthworks website, where she has a list of queer, trans, and people of color friendly tarot decks that are available on the market or in the works. So I was flipping through them. Like most of that list, I like want all of those, but out of all of those, for me, this was the standout deck that is available to purchase. Like it's already completed and everything else. So I saw it and I had to have it based on the cards that I saw. I didn't even go looking to see if there was any other deck reviews or anything like that, because that would spoil the magic. That would just spoil the magic. So I neatly slipped the deck out of this packaging, which I have to find something fancy to do with this. Put it in a frame or something. That's super cool. So it's still in the shrink wrap, so you know that I'm being genuine here. Those are the backs. I really love the contemporary looks of the backs, and I also love orange. It just activates that creativity center in me, and it really has like this mandala feel to it. So this deck does not come with a bag or a box. I'm okay with that. I'll get some special for it. More than likely, because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be using this one a lot this year. So something else that I was saying before I realized that the camera was not recording is that after I purchased the deck, I was like, wait a minute, does it come with a guidebook? And the guidebook is sold separately on Danny's Etsy shop. I believe it's Iron Clown Studios. I'll leave the information in the description box below, but there is a PDF downloadable guidebook that goes with this. It's about 70 pages. And also If you don't want the PDF, he does have a printable version on Lulu as well. And he does have a couple of other, like, I don't know if they're graphic novels or books, but he has a couple of other books and some art books in there as well on his Hula Shop. So support indie artists, you know how it goes, right? I'll leave all the information in the description box below, because if you love this deck as much as I do, you will support this artist. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take the shrink wrap off of this deck, and we will go through the images together, and I will turn you guys to the table.
Looking like a hot mess, baby, this evening. Tripping, y'all. Y'all already know. Don't.
All right, we are facing the table, and I definitely need to get a center light because these shadows are killing me. Okay, anyways, shrink wrap is still on. Taking it off right now. Let that happen. Okay, shrink wrap is coming off. All right. So the way he has this deck, so it does look like we can see that there is a shine to the back of the deck, and we're going to flip it over to the Fool card. Let me go ahead and actually bring this in. I have to flip them over one at a time to show the cards. So I'm going to bring it into where the light is at so we can get a nice, cool. So right away, I love that there's astrological glyphs on the cards. And now I really want to get the book because I get the association to Aquarius, maybe. Okay, let me not overthink it. I'm just going to do the flip through. But there are astrological associations, so for me, those are triggers. So for me, that's always a gem to find in a tarot deck, even though it might not necessarily be traditional, but we'll see as we go along. The Magician. So he definitely has Mercury on there. He has, oh, Virgo and Gemini. Okay, let me see something. What is this? Is this a mixture of... Okay, all right, not overthinking it, not overthinking it. Okay, I totally get the Magician reference because Gemini and Virgo are ruled by Mercury. So that's what's going on there with the glyphs, and Magician in the Golden Dawn system is ruled by Mercury. But look at the artwork. Just look at this artwork. It's really cool because it looks like he has all his chakras aligned. His third eye is open. He is transforming himself, or he... Not really that he's transforming himself, but he's some kind of creature. I mean, I'm feeling it though. I'm feeling it. Ooh, I love it. Love it. Okay. Okay. He has like a gun and a stick and a cup. I'm trying to figure out. I'm guessing the tail is the pentacles. Okay, I'm going to be sitting here staring at this deck all day long. Picture by picture already. Okay, moving to the High Priestess. Yes, I love the tattoo. I kind of really love that the dynamic of her not being in between the two pillars is there. Like standard wise, but the light and the dark is there with this kind of horn ripping through her. The blood's coming out. And then there's that reflection in the water. Oh, this is fierce, man. This is fierce. And then her face is veiled. And she still has the triple crown on. The triple moon crown on her head. Oh, man. What is happening to my life right now? Okay, this is one of the cards that I saw that made me want to pick up this deck. This is the Empress. I love this Empress, this rendition of the Empress. Just because, you know, they always talk about it's the Earth Mother. It's kind of what I appreciate about this deck. It's not soft and fluffy. It's very animated, but very real in the metaphors that it's bringing to the surface of that archetype. You know, I love that the you know, it's resemblant of a tree. It's rooted to the earth. It looks pregnant. It has the sign of Venus on there. She has really no face, but like she has no face, but in a way, kind of, she looks scarred. She looks like she's been weathered and she's been through the ringer, that she's a survivor. Oh my God. I'm trying not to scream, you guys. I'm so feeling this deck. And then, of course, on the astrology symbols here, we have Venus and we have Libra and Taurus, which are ruled by Venus. The Emperor is another card that I saw. And my Aries moon butt was so excited for this one. Yo, he is just fierce looking. I don't know. I almost kind of sort of see him like the gatekeeper, or the gatekeeper also being the road opener. I'm getting that kind of vibe from this Emperor. And if you guys can see it, yeah, you guys can see it. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. But he has like this cage in him, right? Because he's about structure and rules and regulations. So here's like that underbelly of the Emperor, where things are caged and compartmentalized and everything kind of put in its place. It's not necessarily the most prettiest side of the Emperor, but it's a very real facet and real spectrum of that archetype. Oh God. So here we have the Hierophant. I haven't seen this one yet. So we have Taurus and Venus, because the Hierophant in the Golden Dawn is the Taurus. I don't know. I guess this is a review more than just a walkthrough, because I'm loving this. So what's going on with this? Can you guys see that? I'm trying to make sure that you guys are getting enough light. That's so distracting. Okay. So here we have the Hierophant. And I'm really trying to see what's going on in here, though. Now, I'm a Taurus sun, so I'm trying to pick this apart. So this is a really interesting Hierophant card. I need to sit with this one. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what's happening here, because usually the Hierophant is standing like on a pulpit of sorts. Oh, okay. I think I see it, kind of. All right. So what I'm picking up from this is kind of like this, like the Hierophant being like a medium, okay, where he is, or like the woman here is almost being ridden by spirit. I don't know if any of you guys have ever heard that term, but in some of the ATRs, when it says you're mounted by a spirit, is that you're getting downloads and messages from a spirit, and they're using you as a channel to talk and give messages to whomever else is partaking in, you know, the session that's happening. I'll just say it that way. That's, yeah, that's dope. That's a really dope rendition of that. I get it. And of course, there's a lot of other people in the background kind of paying attention and looking. Really? Wow. I love it. I love it. Oh my God. This is going to be the longest video, you guys. So here we have the lovers. Very interesting. Very interesting. You know, this is usually talking about the twins. And, you know, a lot of people see the lovers card and they're automatically like, yay, the lovers card. We're going to get together and everything's going to be all la-di-da and all this kind of stuff. But really, most of the time, there's a need for communication, profound, deep connection type of communication. So when you are praying, like the nun is praying with the rosary here. I'm not sure what the guy is doing. It's almost like he is offering something up as in a prayer after battle of some sort to the higher forces. And this higher force is almost like, you know, where the angel would usually be in the Rider-Waite-Smith. There's this almost like this idol or this statue or this figure, and it's illuminated because like the prayers are giving it like it's spirit, you know what I'm saying? Oh my God, where the focus is for spirit, even though it's kind of like mounted into the earth. Oh my God. Okay, I'm like, what, 6 cards in? Okay, moving on. I'm trying to keep my life together here. Here we have the Chariot. Oh, yeah, very nice. So the Chariot usually talks about well, this is usually represents Cancer, and that's ruled by the moon. But the Chariot, a lot of the typical definitions, you know, talk about victory. It talks about leaving the home and going out to seek, you know, on a personal development level, to go out and seek for oneself, to kind of break out of your comfort zone. But here in this image, we see the need for survival and the need to send out troops and warriors and tanks and guns to go off to war to protect the home. That's a dope interpretation. I mean, it's like I said, it's a really raw and real kind of definition of, you know, when you say you're in victory, but that means you're in battle. And battles aren't usually pretty, right? So I love that there's no sugarcoating in this deck. For me, that's kind of the language I speak for the most part. I try to be nice. I got good customer service, but sometimes we have to hear it a certain kind of way. So for many people, this might be a shadow type deck. But for me, I'm just loving it as an everyday, real kind of deck. Here we have the beautiful, beautiful Strength card. Strength card is typically associated with Leo, which is ruled by the sun. Oh man, this deck is giving me ideas. Okay, anyways, very beautiful. The Maiden, it's a classic kind of interpretation where you have the graceful maiden, very soft, very delicate, you know, against the primal animalistic nature, this almost this threat or dangerous animal. Usually it's a lion, but in this one it almost looks like some kind of a, either some kind of a hell beast or some kind of either a dragon of some sort. But I like this rendition because when we go out into the world every day, we try to be poised and graceful and show the, you know, the love and light side of us. But we might be dealing with these deeper demons that nobody else knows about. So if we sugarcoat it and we don't talk about it, we don't bring it into the light, or we don't deal with that shadow, right? Or those demons, those inner demons, like it'll just cloud us, or it'll continue to loom around us, even though we might have clarity in our minds. Ooh, oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. The Hermit. Interesting. Okay, the Hermit's one of my cards too, you guys. And I'm feeling this. This is usually represented by Virgo, which is ruled by Mercury. So I love that he incorporates this harvest aspect into this picture. It's not as barren as a lot of other Hermit cards, but there's also this alien reflected in the space suit. And when you think of being in space, right, there's always that question looming of whether we are here or we're alone. And this one is just, oh my God, this might be my new favorite Hermit card though. So the harvest aspect is there because we don't know, like, is he on Mars? Is he on Mercury? Like, we don't know what planet he's on, but he has this spacesuit on. And I'm curious why. So automatically my brain is thinking he's on a different planet, not on Earth anymore. And he's either bringing some harvest wisdom to this alien race, or he's out there just trying to survive by himself, being the only one of his kind, whereas he either feels like the alien or he's alienated himself, or yeah, it has to be that, because the Hermit archetype is very much introverted, very much to the self, very much feels alienated for having thoughts and things. Very powerful deck. I'm only 9 cards in, you guys. I'm never gonna make it through this. Here we have the wheel, and my Fitbit is telling me it's time to go to bed. No, we're not going to bed. Here we have the Wheel of Fortune. Love this perspective that he uses. Man, I feel like I'm having some kind of a deja vu. That's crazy. I'm having some weird deja vu. Anyways, Wheel of Fortune, I associate it with Jupiter, and Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. So we have this expansion, Wheel of Fortune, gambling. I like that, right? Taking your chances. Try your luck on the Wheel of Fortune. I also love the font that he uses, V's instead of U's, where the U should be. I like it. It's a cool aesthetic, I think. And yeah, and this person is just straight up gambling. And see, now I want to, okay, I'm sorry, I'm digressing real fast, but now I want to pick up his other books that he has on his Lulu shop, because I'm curious if any of these characters have anything to do with any of the characters in the books that he's written, and if they're graphic novels or not. Oh my God, you have a new fan, man. Okay. Love it. So here we have Justice. Which is represented by Libra, and that's ruled by Venus. Here we have the Hanged Man. I'm not sure, but some of these glyphs kind of look like runes to me. I could be wrong, but if you know what these glyphs are here, you guys, would you mind leaving some comments and letting me know? But yeah, typically the Hangman is an elemental water card, but with modern planets being added to tarot, which actually fit in there nice and neat. We are dealing with Neptune here, which is also rules Pisces. And I really love that the Hangman is not actually upside down, but he is suspended in water. He's going into the depths of and the dissolution of the water, into the depths of the subconscious or mystical exploration, right? This could be void of ego and just having to kind of submit and to surrender to what's going on. Now, is he being pulled down? Is he tethered to something? You can't really quite see, so you have to kind of make it up as you go. I like it, but at the same time, when you're dealing with that spectrum, sometimes you do literally feel like you're drowning. You're just swamped in an overwhelm of emotion, and you know, it's hard to ground that energy. If you've ever had those experiences, you know what I'm talking about. But I really love that this deck really, like, the graphics are beautiful, the colors are beautiful, the illustrations are beautiful, and it cuts right to the heart of the archetype for me. So here we have the beautiful death card. I did see this card, and I do love that there are the bones, that skeletal kind of thing going on. It's still a white horse, but it's just void of skin. It's a dead horse. I think this is a beautiful death card, and it is usually the card of Scorpio, which does show there. And Pluto is a co-ruling planet with Scorpio. Traditionally, it's related to Mars. So, but Pluto works because Pluto is about power dynamic and transformation as well. Lovely. Now we're moving on to Temperance. Let me go ahead and move this stack over. Now we're into Temperance. Temperance is just chilling and mixing it up. See, this I feel represents Sagittarius so much more than the traditional Rider-Waite Temperance card. There's a little bit more fire and a little bit more kind of spunk happening. This figure is like at the market and like drinking some mixed drinks, concocting some potion of some sort, and they could be sipping on tea for all we know. We don't know, but all we know is that they good. They feeling all right, and they look like in the environment that's there, it looks like they might be waiting at an airport or waiting at some kind of a restaurant. Like they're out and about, which is totally Sagittarius type energy. Beautiful. Here we have the Devil card. Very interesting. This is another one that I'm going to have to sit with. Double card is usually associated with Capricorn energy, and which is ruled by Saturn, which is basically the lives we're living right now. We're totally Saturn and Capricorn, and all the planets are practically in Capricorn. It's a craziness. But I do love that he has the figure kind of in somewhat of a business suit. because it also correlates to the 10th house, which is the house of the career. So I find that interesting, and it's almost like, what do you do to get to the end of your means? What is it that you do? What are you willing to do for it? How much are you willing to transform? It brings up some really good... This deck is fierce. Okay, I'm going to have to create some spreads or something with this deck specifically because I'm loving it. Here we have the Tower. This is almost like some robot got built up out of scrap parts. And I think what's cool about this one is that what's broken in this tower is the foundation. The foundation is what's lacking here. Most of the time the foundation is sturdy, but it's the top of the tower that that we see the kind of the falling apart of things. Whereas this one, it's the tower going much deeper. It's almost like the foundation is broken. Something's going on way deep inside that when you fall, you feel like you're gonna fall into a million pieces. Out there. So good. I would probably phrase this as in, you know, get grounded, get rooted, figure out what you need to do to stabilize yourself, because you're on thin ice, kind of, sort of. Like you put yourself in a position where you feel susceptible to falling, you know? Beautiful. Here we have the Star. I love this. Oh, sorry, by the way, the tower, the glyph on there was Mars. Here we have the Star. The Star is associated with Aquarius. He has the moon on here, but traditionally the planet that rules Aquarius is Saturn, and a modern planet is Uranus. Okay. I'm not hating the moon being on there though, because when I see the Star card, I do tend to associate it with the general idea of stars and cosmos and kind of like this healing energy. But what I love about this depiction of this Star card is that the figure is pointing, or kind of has their hand in a gesture to where it's like they are the ones manipulating the twinkle in the stars. And I have quite a few Aquarius friends that I feel like they would totally do something like that just to bug out, like just to say, but you don't think though that I could do something with my mind and like make that star twinkle? Hold on, let me put my hand out there. I gotta focus my energy. Like, the best part about Aquarius is their randomness. But yeah, I'm loving that. Here we have the Moon card. I know a lot of people were waiting on this one. I haven't seen this one yet. So Moon card is ruled by, typically it correlates to Pisces, and Pisces is ruled by the moon. I'm good with that. This looks like the Swamp Thing underneath the surface of the water. This is totally talking about dealing with the subconscious shadow, or the, you know, the things that we sometimes we may suppress, and then we can't sleep at night because we haven't dealt with that thing. And we all have that thing. Or maybe we feel like we are that thing and we don't want to come out from under the depths of it to explore what might happen if we bring it to light. Man. Okay. Trying to get through the majors at least, because goodness. Here we have the Sun. I love the colors. I love that there's kind of this this is totally reminding me of Dragon Ball Z. Okay. Like, you've collected all the Dragon Balls, now you must make a wish. And this figure here is almost like, look, I'm just happy you came. And the sunflower reference on the bottom is really cool, where like the sunflower seeds are like these little skulls. This is absolutely wonderful. I haven't even talked about cardstock yet because I don't even care. I may cop me a second copy of this because if he runs out, I might lose it if something happens to this one. Ooh. Okay, so the sun card represents the planetary body of the sun, which rules Leo, which are very much thespians and showmanship and, you know, warm energies and all that kind of beautiful stuff there. Here we have Judgment. I love Judgment. They have Judgment here as Pluto, which I would tend to agree with. But yeah, there's this other aspect happening. I don't know how to interpret this one just yet, but I really love how it makes me feel though. And as far as the majors are concerned, here is the world. And this is the world being destroyed by some kind of, I don't know, some meteors or bombs.
Okay, we're back. My battery died. We got this though. Y'all not ready, guys. We got this. Please tell me this thing is recording the right way. I don't believe the orientation was off of this. Now I gotta fix it. Now I gotta go back.
I think I showed you guys all the aces in the right orientation, but let me bring it back just in case. Wands, cups, swords. Just having all kind of issues today. Really love the Ace of Pentacles. Definitely a Rider-Waite Smith inspired deck. It's absolutely beautiful. And what I was saying before is I'm not going to spend as much time on the minor cards, just to try to save some time on this video. So I'm going to start off with Wands. So here we have the Two of Wands, Three of Wands, Four of Wands, Five of Wands, Six of Wands. There is I Ching symbolism on the Wands cards, which is pretty cool. 7, 8 of Wands, 9 of Wands, and here's the 10 of Wands. I didn't know this was a pip deck originally when I purchased it, but that doesn't bother me. I feel like I can work very, very well with this deck. It pulls a lot of information out for me. So, Page of Wands. Let's go ahead and get this centered and tight. Very cool. Knight of Wands. This reminds me of a personality type that I know, so I'm loving it. It's very appropriate. Here we have the Queen of Wands, which I am loving that she's in the nighttime. It kind of alludes to the witchiness associated with the Queen of Wands. And I love the little cats in there because who doesn't love cats? And then we have the King of Wands. Very beautiful. Moving on to the cups. So here we have the Two of Cups, Three of Cups, Four of Cups, Five of Cups, Six of Cups, 7, 8, sorry, 9, and 10. So I like, I thought this would be a little bit more color coded, but I do like the fact that he's using the heart to represent the Suit of Cups. It's appropriate, heart and emotions. Here we have the Page of Cups. Very, very fun. Here we have the Knight of Cups. Who is that masked man? Here we have the Queen of Cups. Is she underwater? It looks like she's underwater. That's a really cool Queen of Cups. And then we have the King of Cups. Very lovely. Now we are moving on to the swords. So here we have the Two of Swords. I do like the yellows being used. I do associate yellow with swords when I'm using decks elementally. Three of Swords, Four of Swords, Five of Swords, Six of Swords, Seven of Swords, Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords, and the Ten of Swords. So it looks like these I Ching symbols, I might double check and look to see whether or not these are the same ones that show up on the Wands cards. But now, Page of Swords. I like that. Nice. That's what I said. Page of Swords. Excuse me. Here's the Knight of Swords. I really like that. I also like the use of snow in there too. Kind of that cold feeling you get when somebody uses their words wrongly towards you. That's what that is. Queen of Swords. Yes, warrior queen, work it out. Coming at ya. And the King of Swords. Is he swallowing a sword? Okay. Alright. Beautiful. And last but not least, we have the Two of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. I love how this shadow changes in the background. Seven of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles. And the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, there was a skull there the whole time. Sorry, I didn't notice that at the bottom before. Alright, now we have the Page of Pentacles. It's a really dark card. There's a lot of information in here, though. I'm not sure if the camera is quite picking it up or not. I like it. Queen of Pentacles. Ooh. Ooh, that's really powerful. I'm sorry, that's the Knight of Pentacles, excuse me, not the Queen. But that's still pretty powerful, Knight of Pentacles. The burden of work. Huh. Okay. Here's the Queen of Pentacles. What? Work it the hell out. That is the craziest Queen of Pentacles I've ever seen. I like it though. One of my significator cards. I'm gonna need to like journal with this deck. Oh my god. And here we have the King of Pentacles. It's cool. Alright, you guys, so let's do a size test. I'm gonna bring this back. We'll do a size test compared to the Centennial Rider-Waite because that's what's next to me. So pretty much a standard size deck. There is just, as you can see, just a smidgen of what is it, like a 1/4 millimeter or something. It's pretty much the same standard tarot size, so that's good. Cardstock is aight. I'm not really like, I love me some good cardstock, but I'm not like, I won't get a deck because I don't like the cardstock. if I like the imagery, I'm gonna work with the deck. So I may end up edging these in black because come on, and let's see how it shuffles. I'm in a weird angle, so forgive my slowness. It's a nice smooth shuffle to them. I just want to say here, shuffle is all night. Oh. Oh, I missed the mark on that one. Oh my god, and they actually bridge too. Yes. Okay. So, you guys, that has been my first impression / walkthrough / review of the
Hirajeta Tarot.
And of course, like I said, there's no case, but I do have the beautiful artwork that came around it. I much appreciate that, and I will take care of that for sure. So, alright guys, thank you for, if you've made it all the way to the end, thank you for watching. I really do appreciate your support. Let me know what you think about this deck. Which was your favorite card? And again, if you want to cop anything, I'm not endorsed or anything. I'm loving this. And it's an indie artist, so I gotta give love where love is due. I'm gonna leave all the information in the down bar. The down bar. Yeah, I just turned the stutter into a rap. And yeah, all my information there too if you want to check me out. So until next time, you guys, I hope you found this helpful and insightful and illuminating. And until next time, much love, many blessings. Peace, 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 peace.